la gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe, sùúrù la gbọ́dọ̀ ní. Alẹ́tọ̀ láti ní sùúrù pẹ̀lú ìbẹ́ Ọlọ́run. Tí a bá ní sùúrù, ológun wa fi ẹnu kan ọ̀rọ̀ náà gbẹ̀yìn sí i. Ọlọ́run ọba ní òun olùrí lóróde olùmọ̀ràn ọkàn alimọ̀lẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe àgàtì. Àwa èèyàn ń wo ojú ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run ọba ń wo ọkàn. Gbígbé lágbájá báyìí tẹ̀mẹ̀dọ̀ báyìí ohun tó wà nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà lẹ́yìn adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ ológun wa tó pè wá jọ lẹ́yìn síbí báyìí. Ó ti di ọ̀rọ̀ sùúrù ká fi ọwọ́ sowọ́pọ̀. Pàápàá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ìkan nínú àwọn ọmọ ìyá wa nínú ẹ̀sìn Christian tí wọ́n jókòó tí wọ́n wọ aṣọ pupa mẹ́rin tí wọ́n sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Àwa àbẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ọ̀gá ológun wa àbẹ̀ yín púpọ̀ wípé ẹ má fi àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn sẹ́yìn nínú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ yín. Ẹ má fi àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn sẹ́yìn. Gbogbo àwọn jẹbámọ̀ ní ẹlẹ́sìn ẹ má fi wọ́n sí ẹ̀yìn. Kò sẹ́ni tí a fẹ́ pè tó ju Ọlọ́run lọ. Tí a bá fi wọ́n sí ẹ̀yìn, gbogbo ìyá ọjà o, bàbá ọjà o, gbogbo àwọn táǹkà wọn pátá wọ́n wá ṣiṣẹ́ jẹun láyé tiwọn ni. Wọn náà rọ̀ Ọlọ́run láti sọ, láti bá ara sọ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Tí ló bá dàrú tí a bá fẹ́ tòlù ṣe, Kùránì sọ fún wa, Báíbùlù sọ fún wa pẹ̀lú, ó ní ẹ padà sínú ìwé Ọlọ́run. Ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe àtúnṣe. Ẹ padà lọ sínú ìwé Ọlọ́run. Tá a bá ní àwọn òṣè sùúrù tá a la fẹ́ bájà. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí ológun wa sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ọ̀rọ̀ sùúrù ṣíṣe ni. A gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe sùúrù. Ẹni tó ń ṣe sùúrù kì í ṣe pé ó gọ̀. Mo bá ṣe sùúrù di ojú ẹ̀. Wàá rí pé dùnú adé nínú Quran. Ọlọ́run sọ fún ànábì wa Muhammad láyé kan mẹ́sàn án sálám. Ó ní ìwà ànábì ṣe sùúrù. Nígbà tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin ànábì pẹ̀lú àwọn kèfèrí Mákà. Ọlọ́run bá ní sùúrù ni kò ṣe. Ọwọ́ tútù ló máa fi mú wọn. Kì í ṣe agbára là fi mú ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Bàbá tẹ̀rí péyàn ń dalẹ̀. A lè fi agbára mú ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Tó bá ní o fẹ́ fi agbára mú, á tún tún ẹ mú ni. Ò ní lè bọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Kò sí ọ̀nà ẹ̀. Nípàdé èyí, àwọn arọ ẹlẹ́sìn méjèèjì àbí àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn tó bá tó kù. Bí wọ́n bá ṣe mọ lára sí, kí wọ́n bẹ Ọlọ́run, kí wọ́n gbìyànjú láti bẹ Ọlọ́run, kí wọ́n lè gbìyànjú láti ṣe sùúrù. Kẹ́yìn bàbá wa lógun pàápàá, kẹ́sì gbìyànjú láyò fi àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn sẹ́yìn nínú àwọn ojúṣe yín. Abẹ̀yìn gidi gan ni. Tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́sìn bá yíwọ́ sí i, tábà fẹ́ purọ́ fúnra wá sí à ní I'm a religious father, I'm a religious mother. Kò sí ìtúkọ̀ mi pa òṣèlú. Irọ́ ló wà ń bẹ́kẹ́. Tó o bá ti lè ṣòṣèlú, o lè ṣaṣíwájú ẹ̀sìn. Tó o bá ti lè ṣe òṣèlú, o lè ṣaṣíwájú ẹ̀sìn. Ànábì tiwa Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ọlọ́run wọn níṣẹ́ ó ní kó tún lù ú ṣe kó sì jíṣẹ́ pé mi Ọlọ́run nìkan ni kó máa sìn. Ṣùgbọ́n kó tún lù ẹ́ ṣe. Èyí ló di wàhálà sí fún ará Mákà pẹ̀lú Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bákan náà ni Jésù. Ànábì Ìsá alayhi salatu wassalam. Tó ẹ̀lọ́ tún lù ú ṣe. Ẹ̀ka ọ̀rọ̀ èmi Ọlọ́run sí wọn létí. Bó bá fẹ́ dàrú lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tó ń ṣèlú bẹ kó sàánì wọn ẹ ṣàtúnṣe ẹ̀. Títorí náà ó dàbẹ̀ ní wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tí àfáwà tí wọ́n jókòó lọ́ọ̀kan yẹn tí wọ́n wọ̀ṣọ̀ pupa tí wọ́n sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan inú wa dùn púpọ̀ láti gbọ́rú ilé yìí àwọn ọmọ ìyá wa nípa ẹ̀sìn lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Irú tí wọ́n sọ yẹn ẹjọ́ abẹ̀yìn adẹ̀rọ ẹ̀yin bàbá wa lógun. Ẹ má fi àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn sẹ́yìn nínú ojúṣe yín. Lẹ́yìn náà kí a sì ní sùúrù àwa tí wọ́n bá fi sí ẹ̀yìn pẹ̀lú àpapọ̀ ará ìlú. Abẹ̀yìn púpọ̀ kí Ọlọ́run bá kó má ṣe fún yín ṣe. Ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tí ó rí kọjá tí wọ́n sọ ń sìn Abíọ́lá àtàwọn tó kù lẹ́yìn àwọn ni wọ́n mọ ohun tó dà wọ́n pọ̀. O ò lè jàfẹ́ nìkẹ́ni bí ó ṣe pé kó ronú ẹ jìnnà kó jàfẹ́ tọ̀ sallu ala nabiyyil karim.
religious fathers, permit me to inform you that we shall be taking just one more question. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the voice is that of Father Joseph Akinloto. The words are those of Archbishop Anthony Olubunmi Okoje. You are a fine gentleman. We thank God for you and we've been praying for you. I will endeavor not to repeat all that have been said, but according to our fathers, Tabafe Shoshaka Kashoshaka Tabama Shoko Kashushoko or Shakan Shoko Koyomen. No matter be with authority. Justice needs to be done, Your Excellency. You carrying the cross, particularly in this very important state in Nigeria. The prayers of the people are with you, but the cross does not belong to you. So you shouldn't please overburden yourself. Let them get justice done for the people. I will avoid repeating as I said, but I will emphasize 2 points that he mentioned. First, the activities of some military personnel since the crisis had started in the state. He believes very strongly that they are aiding and abetting some activities and some bad actions in the state, and he believes that we should please try to call them to order. I can give one basic example. The sale of petrol by soldiers at exorbitant prices. They push the people aside, those people that have queued for so long. They get this petrol and they go out to sell at exorbitant price. Your Excellency, I'm very sure you are aware. Secondly, he wants me to put across to Your Excellency the fact that he believes that the federal government have decided to return the schools back to their owners. And he very strongly believes that this has been done in some states, Bauchi and Plateau. 2 governors, your predecessors, Your Excellency, have refused to do this. He implores you to please take action, and he believes if this is not done by Your Excellency, the Messiah will come. Let justice be done. We are all Nigerians, and we need to feel free to belong to this federation. And we all should be entitled, if we are voted for, to assume that primary post, that of the President of the Federation. Thank you, Excellency.
Well, my sincere thanks to Father Akinloto. Then the last question, and still talking of justice, let me quickly share the scenario so far so that we can get to understand where the issue of justice may be addressed from. Like I said in the beginning, that except the Lord builds the house, the laborers labor in vain. Injustice has been part of humanity ever since the beginning. Injustice has been our way, or has been attending our way ever since the creation of the whole world. Where does injustice start from? Injustice was done to some people ever before our time. We cannot divorce the injustice of the past for the occurrence of the present. And when we look at our political arena, we think back, some injustice were done to some people. Maybe this injustice is to pay for past injustice meted on some people. I'm just talking politics. that being the case, we had the opportunity of addressing or redressing the injustice by the mere fact that one of us had the privilege of leading the interim national government. He did not do it. Why? Another injustice. Secondly, the Senate and the Federal House of Representatives are in session. The cooler, they want to correct injustice, pass the law banning the ING straight away without waiting for the military to come. What happened? The Senate went and voted. Our own senators that we voted against our rules due for June 12th, only for them to want to reconvene in Lagos to make it back to ground a year after. What is injustice? Having done that, what is injustice in somebody who killed the area last year, wanting to reawaken the spirit so that there will be battle in Lagos State and get people killed? We lost 200 last year. What was our gain? If the man believed in resuscitating the Senate, he should have stayed in Makurdi. And I think Makurdi is closer to Abuja. Why coming to Lagos? Another injustice to the people of Lagos. In fact, keep going over it. There's so many things we have to talk about. We have to be sincere to ourselves. We have to say the truth so that it sets us free. Injustice has been done long time ago. Because somebody who was denied this thing, I don't want to be sentimental, but maybe we'll look back. And somebody felt that at the end of affair, he said, this thing is beyond me. It's in record. It becomes part of our history. If there's any history about changeover, I think we had only 4 in the history of Nigeria. From the white to Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nnamdi Azikiwe to Orizu, from Obasanjo to Shagari, and from Shonekan to Abacha. Those are the documented changeover in Nigeria today. The rest are good. Whatever the situation, we have to assess the situation properly and take that step. Let's do our position very well. Let's consider all the factors that are bearing on the situation. Let's make our deduction perfectly so that it leads us to a veritable decision. Without that, we may remain stagnant. And at the end of the day, we shall all be involved. I have to say this also that we recap, because we don't seem to take or relate issues from our past to our present. And that's why I say I want to take this opportunity just to remind us, because in the annals of our political existence, if you look at injustice, I think it has been part of the system. What we are asking you to do, pray to our Almighty God, there must be an end to it. We want you to be those people that they could not find. The 4 just people that they cannot find in Sodom and Gomorrah. Let you be the just people that will save us. That is all we are saying. So that Nigeria does not perish. On the comments of our military behavior, granted. And I think since they've been operating, some have paid the price of losing the job. It may not be known to you. But we know it's a bad thing, and we have been taking steps to correct it. We shall continue to do that. On the return of schools, honestly speaking, I've not gotten it directly. Why should I wait? Why should I be, whatever decision it was, I think it will come to everybody and all these things. I don't know. And I'm from my secretary, I'm not seen anything to that. If it comes today, I will implement it. I want to say in ending it that I thank you most sincerely. May God bless us all.
Your Excellency, our religious father,
the members, sorry, my voice was not loud first. Your Excellency, members of the Lagos State Executive, religious leaders, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon us all. I am Alhaji Binoyo, Chief Missioner, Muslimization of Nigeria, Lagos State. On behalf of all the Muslim leaders here, I thank His Excellency for giving us the recognition that we are also concerned in the affairs of the state and of course Nigeria as a whole. May the Almighty God increase the wisdom which He has endowed our administrator. Without any doubt, I'm sure we have all been aware of the wisdom in this gathering here today. And thank God, Honorable Bishop Atilade had already suggested the right thing to do to the administrator. That is, if recognition is given to the religious leaders at all, there should be further organized way of doing that. May the Almighty help the administrator. Without any doubt, we've all got from His Excellency's answers to questions all that had not been clear to many of us here. We thank him very much for that. May the Almighty help him to continue in his endeavor to let peace reign in Lagos State. Ní ṣókí, mo kí olóòtú Èkó, tí kò ti yé wa sí tẹ́lẹ̀, ó dàbí ẹni pé wọ́n ti ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún wa, so a dúpẹ́ fún wọn púpọ̀ fún pípè tí wọ́n pè wá lẹ́nu. Gbogbo ìtí òye wa sí yẹn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìbéèrè tí ẹni kejì tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn tí olóòtú Èkó sọ̀rọ̀ tán, wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pé
ó yẹ kí òtítọ́ kó lékè wípé wọn ò tí ì ṣòtítọ́ oní gbogbo ìdàrú tó wà ní Èkó. Bàbá dẹ̀ ń fa láàfíà dájúdájú ó yẹ kó títọ́ wà. Èsì tí administrator kọ́kọ́ fún wa ó dàbẹ̀ ni pé èsì náà kọ́ ṣe bí ẹni wọ́n lò ní ti àgbà. Wọ́n ṣe kù díẹ̀. Eléyìí ni òwe táwọn àgbàlagbà náà wọ́n pa pé asọ̀rọ̀ àìyànrọ̀ ńlọpọlọgbẹ àkọ́kọ́. Nígbà tí olóògbé ní ìgbà owó jàwó lọ ṣùgbọ́n kò la ọ̀rọ̀ náà délẹ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà lówó jàwó lọ lóòótọ́ ó wáyé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lẹ́nu nígbà tí lè wó jàwó lọ. Eléyìí jẹ́ kí olóògbé di aláìsí mọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbẹ̀yìngbẹ́yìn tá a bá ṣàkíyèsí tí administrator sọ fún wa, wọ́n ti fún wa lésì gbogbo òrùjú tó wà nílẹ̀. Níta ń pè ní justice àìṣòtítọ́ ó ti ń bọ̀ tipẹ́. Èyí tó sì wà nílẹ̀ yìí gan-an ó tó ń fáyẹ̀wò dáadáa, ṣùgbọ́n wá ju gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ. Kò sí kí ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé kò jẹ́ pé Olúwa mọ̀ pa ẹ̀. Eléyìí Ọlọ́run sọ fún wa ní Qur'an ìpè qad ja'alna li kulli shay'in sababa. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láì nídìí. Bó bá lè nídìí kẹ̀, Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè túdìí náà délẹ̀. Ta ló wá yẹ ká pè? Ọlọ́run náà là láti pè. Olúwa kí ó fún wa lẹ́mìí sùúrù, ẹ̀mí ìyè tá a lè fi ṣe sùúrù láti lè túdìí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wò gan-an. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà ni kádìmọ̀ Olúwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìmọ̀ràn tí administrator fún wa. Àádìmọ̀ Olúwa lóòótọ́ kí àwa náà fi sọ́kàn yìí pé àmọ̀ ṣe òtítọ́ nínú gbogbo òṣè wa, ṣùgbọ́n Olúwa náà làwọn tún dì mọ́. Olúwa kó fọ̀nà wọ́n wá o. Dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ on behalf of the Muslim religious leaders here. Dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ fún ìpètè ẹgbẹ́ wáyé. A sì fẹ́ kí ẹ bá wa mú èyí tí Bishop Atilade sọ yẹn kẹ́ bá wa mú ní kókó pé ó yẹ kí ìpàdé máa wà pẹ̀lú àwọn alàgbà inú ẹ̀sìn ló wá pẹ̀lú wọn.
Your Excellency, our religious fathers, before I announce the next item on the agenda, I want to inform you that we have some light refreshments just out of this hall, immediately after the closing ceremony. I want to call on the Director General, Home Affairs, Mrs. Agbeke Ogusanwo, to give the vote of thanks. Thank you.
The Military Administrator of Lagos State, Colonel Bagunsoye Oyinola, the members of the Executive Council of Lagos State, the Secretary to the State Government, Directors Generals present, Chairmen of local government committees, my fathers, the religious fathers, I thank you most sincerely for honoring our invitation despite of the short notice. I also thank you for coming here very, very early because most of you got here before 10:30, even though the meeting was scheduled for 11 o'clock, which simply shows that you are very, very concerned about the state, about the affairs of the state, and you have due respect for the administrator of the Lagos State. Seek, it is said, and you will find. shall be given to you. The military administrator has sought and asked for one thing from the religious fathers present here, that is peace in Lagos State. We know whatever happens in Nigeria, if it has not been begun in Lagos State, it will not happen. And Lagos State being so central and sensitive, we have many people from all the federation congregating in Lagos State. This is why we feel that Lagos must be at peace. The harmony the military administrator is seeking for should begin with us all as individuals, in our different homes, in our own mosques, in our own churches, and in the conclaves, as the Archbishop said. So, I thank you for coming, and I believe that the pieces of advice you have given the military administrator has been taken notice of. Your willingness to serve the state government and by extension the federal government, and your prayers for the desired peace that is needed in Lagos State. I believe that God in His infinite mercies will, as He controls everything, He controls the world. It is not for us. It is not with our mind or with our gun, but with prayers we can conquer everything. We can get to Him, and at the right time He will surely answer our call. So once again, I thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I want to call on the Chief Missioner, Awal Islam, Alhaji A.B. Yusuf, to give the closing prayer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 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 Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. ربنا افرج علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا افرج علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ربنا افرج علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. This is the O Allah, most powerful, most just. Grant us courage to do justice. Grant us courage to shun injustice. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. We ask thee, O Lord, give us peace in Lagos State. Give us peace and tranquility in the whole of the country. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار. يا الله يا الله يا الله يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على النبي.
The man is not tribalistic. Unlike before meeting with him, we thought that he is against us, and that he has proved us wrong. And we are quite happy with what he's doing for Lagos State in general, and the traders in particular.
Bearing some slight areas which I think that with more consultation we could improve upon, we'll find in him what I said publicly before, that he's a Prince Charming of Lagos.
All market women embracing, community leaders, obas and chiefs, everybody, school children, they all welcome him and embrace him. And due to his very hard working and his fatherly care in the state, we all love him.
Occupying an area of 3,577 square kilometers, Lagos State was created in 1967 and had Brigadier Mobolaji Johnson as its first governor. 8 other governors followed Brigadier Mobolaji Johnson before the advent of the present regime. In all, Lagos has had 10 administrators: Brigadier Mobolaji Johnson, Navy Captain Adekunle Lawal, Commander Ndubisi Kanu, Commander Ebitu Ukiwe, Alhaji Latif Jakonde, Group Captain Bola Mudashiru, Navy Captain Mike Ahigbe, Colonel Raji Rosaki, Sir Michael Otedola, Colonel Olagunsoye Oyinlola. On Thursday, December the 9th, 1993, Colonel Oyinlola, the 44-year-old armored corps soldier, was sworn in as the military administrator of Lagos State. On Friday, December the 10th, Colonel Oyinlola demonstrated his practical style of administration by tackling the refuse and garbage problem plaguing the city. He went on the street himself and also attended to the problem of illegal structures. Of course, with 15 local governments and a population of 5.8 million, with 80% of this figure living in metropolitan Lagos, the problems associated with high population density, like high crime rate, poor educational facilities, lack of pipe-borne water, as well as bad roads and high cost of living, all stared this gentleman in the face. The downturn in the economy, the further slide in the value of the naira, along with the political crisis that made business in Lagos stagnate, all made administering this former federal capital difficult and challenging. Indeed, by December 1993, teachers in Lagos were being owed salaries of 7 months' arrears. Area boys were tormenting Igbo traders at Idumota, and indeed the political logjam in the country practically made Lagos a city under siege, and anarchy was left to prevail. The striking teachers in Lagos marched with placards to the office of Colonel Oyinlola. Colonel Oyinlola did not wait to be briefed by officials of the ministry or governor's office. He came down and moved immediately into the midst of the protesting teachers. Eventually, the military administrator paid the 7 months' salary arrears promptly, totaling over 100 million naira.
There is no reason why Lagos State will not be able to pay her teachers. If for any reason that is so, all of us will know it, and it will minimize, the annoyance of people or their disappointment to see that, teachers are not paid. I think it's just borders on the wrong prioritization of our priorities. We tend to put education least, and I think it's a mistake. If we put education where it should belong, it should be one of the first, areas where any government would like to address. And if that is so, you see that teachers' money should be paid on time. If after all this, it cannot be done, what is the reason why government is keeping a stronghold on the schools?
For me, I think that is a mark of somebody who has value for what education is. I think he would put his stake in education rather than in ignorance. And I think he's been doing this in his recent tours to the local governments. He has directed immediate action on some rehabilitation work that needed to be done. And he's making sure that the resources are made available. He assesses firsthand rather than sitting doing armchair administration. And I think for me, as long as the teachers are made happy, I believe that they will give of their best to our students. And I think the future generation should, and we should continue to invest in that future generation.
Refuse and garbage have become a perennial problem in Lagos. And despite all attempts to clear the mess, Lagos is still dirty.
The idea of getting a payloader to scrape off the refuse into tippers I think the enormity of refuse is beyond that style of disposal. And we've made our intentions known to the federal as to the mechanical way of disposing